You are listening to the Decision Reel.
Welcome to the Decision Reel, where we try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. This week, we're looking at, is it a special episode with Independence Day, with yesterday being Independence Day?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also weird because we're being very independent without a bunch of people here today.
Look at that. On Independence Day, we're being independent. It's only me and Randall for this episode. Everybody's getting sick or can't make it or just doesn't want to show up.
Sick.
Who knows? Sick is a good one.
My voice hurts. I don't have a voice right now. Shut the fuck up. You're fine.
I mean, on a podcast, you do need a voice.
Well,
but it doesn't have to be
you're
a
not wrong.
perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can still, hey guys,
yeah.
my fucking shit's fucked.
Yeah, just chime in when you need to chime in.
That's
Other
what I'm
than that,
saying.
Shut the hell up.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We're here today, this day, which is the day after Independence Day, which does take place in this movie, Independence Day. They show July 5th.
July 5th.
I guess at the end of the movie.
July 5th.
They show
Did they?
July 2nd, 3rd. No, they do. It starts on July 2nd, yeah.
Yeah.
And then goes July 3rd,
Third,
and then
fourth.
July 4th. Yeah. So they went
What
through
was
the
the
whole
5th?
weekend. The day after.
Well, obviously. What do they do on the 5th? Is that when they came back? No, that was the day that...
Well, it was when they woke up in the morning and all the shit was like on fire and on the ground, which I want to talk about because I have many qualms about this movie. Watching it as an adult for the first time, actually paying attention to it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Never mind.
There's these 15-mile wide fucking giant ships that are hovering over major cities, and they end up not falling on the major cities, even though most of the major cities are destroyed. But at the end, they're going over Area 51 with the giant ship. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen this 25-year-old movie.
Yeah.
And it somehow crashes away from Area 51?
Yeah.
Not on top of everybody?
New York City should have been gone.
I think it was.
Oh.
Let's be real. It shows, well, think about it. After the first attack, right, where everybody's got the signs pointing up, like, you know, take me to your
they're
leader.
fucking stupid.
I mean, come on.
Okay, you're telling me if you had a big-ass ship like that?
Oh, no, I'm not saying me personally. I'm saying, have you noticed what's going on in the world lately?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You're not going to be surprised if there's a
No.
bunch of people standing on top of a building going, take me to your leader.
No, yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? And to be perfectly honest, was there anything that showed that they were hostile to the public?
Who cares if you know or not? There's an alien spaceship.
It's all over the news, right? These giant 15-mile wide spaceships are pretty much over every major city around the world, depending on if you're flat Earth or not, around the world. So, if you're paying attention to the news and you know they're there, maybe do some math and realize why are they all triangulating on bigger cities.
But wasn't this after they had already destroyed one of the helicopters?
Well, no. So it's supposed to be all in unison when all those,
Oh.
but you can't show that, right? Unless you're doing split screen, whatever. But because Jeff Goldblum has that countdown, right? On on his fucking Apple computer, and cracks the code and figures out when they're gonna pretty much
Do
kill
what they gotta
everybody,
do.
right?
Yeah.
So all those explosions, I'm pretty sure, are simultaneously happen.
Well, the first explosion when they took out that the first chopper, like the welcoming committee or whatever it is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That
No, that
one
was
was
before.
like, yeah.
But that was like 5 minutes or less before they actually
yeah,
killed
and I guess
everybody.
it was 96. No one had like
Cell
a smartphone
phones.
in front of you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a simultaneous, holy shit, you guys see this?
Yeah,
It was.
you're right. I didn't think about that.
And also, did anybody really see that besides the military? Oh, no. They did talk about it on a news thing, I remember, because they were like showing the news reels at the same time as that was going on, and they did say the welcoming committee, has been shot down.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a known thing. Was the welcoming committee the military?
Whatever you want to call it. Whatever they made the plan to be with the lights on the Sikorsky helicopter.
What the fuck? How do you... what are you doing with the lights? You're fucking shining them?
Well, you got to think, like, there's this giant ship that just showed up, and it's just hovering there, and there's nobody, like, coming out to be like, hey.
So let's put on a weird light show for them. Maybe they like it.
I guess And okay, so here's another thing about the movie, right? After all this happens, you find out that Area 51 is real and that they've known about these guys since the 60s. And the one dude that was in the office or whatever with the president, I can't remember which guy he was, but he knew about it. And he said, plausible deniability. If you didn't know, then, whatever. But you would think at that point, when they're trying to talk to this alien race, that maybe somebody would have said, hey, we know these guys. They probably don't like these lights.
Yeah.
Because they didn't.
They had 3 of them.
Yeah.
Should probably fucking say something sooner rather than later, because obviously something happened.
Yeah, these
could have avoided it.
Poor guys are dead. Well,
where'd you go, asshole?
Let's be real. A lot of people died in this movie.
Peace.
It's funny. Like, this is one of the most death-ridden movies I feel like I've seen from the 90s. If you want to like sit down and actually like hit a total, every major city has been wiped off the map.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're talking millions of people are dying in this movie.
Yeah.
What other movie in the 90s is like this?
When did Dreamcatcher come out?
2000 something. Oh. But that wasn't millions of people.
Well, it kind of was. No, I don't think. Okay,
no, it was only in one secluded forest or whatever, right? In Maine, because it's in every Maine.
Yeah.
Every Stephen King movie's in fucking Maine.
The bodies that went flying in this movie, though?
Crazy.
Dude. I was like, holy shit.
It's funny, like, this movie's always on. It has to be on every Independence Day on how many different, networks. And I've always caught it at random points and been like, oh, fuck it, I'll just watch it. Whatever. But I've never sat down for probably 10 years to watch it from the beginning. Mm-hmm. And the beginning is so different than I remember it being.
I'm going to be honest with you.
You probably never even seen the beginning.
Sunday was the first time I've ever seen the movie.
Like, at all?
The only thing I remember was him getting to Area 51 and him, like, them not letting him in. He was like, pulls up the sheet. That's the only thing I remember.
Okay. So you don't remember the Welcome to Earth or, like, the White House getting blown up?
Nope.
There's no way you don't. The White House getting blown up has been, like, everywhere.
I've never seen the movie, and I've never listened to that clip, that scene.
You youngin' motherfucker.
Yeah,
because you got to think, in '96, you were 1 years of age.
Yep.
I remember seeing this come out like on VHS stands and being like, "Oh, ID4." Was there 3 more movies that I don't know about? Like, I just remember seeing that everywhere because the tagline, if you look at, okay, so maybe you won't even know about this, but when this movie was in production and when it came out, everything said Independence Day, but on the top it said ID4 on top of it.
What's the 4?
July 4th.
Oh.
But ID, Independence Day 4. The problem was, and I'll get into it with my fun facts of why they had to do that, but it comes down to they didn't have the rights to use Independence Day because it was actually owned by another studio. So
the title was?
The title Independence Day, correct. So like late into production, they finally got the okay to use it. So like all their marketing was still like, okay, we'll be ID4 if we can't get it kind of thing. But then they kept it. So as a little kid, I just remember seeing that and not knowing if anything came before it. Like, what am I missing? And then and then watching the movie going, what would have been the movie before this? You know what I mean? Because it doesn't really make any sense if there was one before it.
Wasn't there another one after this?
So yeah, there is a sequel to this movie that came out, I don't know, in 2016.
Oh.
So 20 years later, probably, exactly.
25 years later. I remember seeing that.
Or 25 years later, whatever.
Yep. Have you seen it?
I have seen it. I've seen it one time. Enough for me to go,
what the fuck?
What am I watching? It's so bad.
Was Jeff Goldblum in it too?
Dude, I don't even remember. I know one of the Hemsworth brothers are in it.
What?
I think Liam Hemsworth is in it.
Yeah.
I know that Will Smith would not come back, so they had to write him out and put his son in. But it's not obviously his son. It's in the movie they made the kid that's...
Wasn't that the kid from Fresh Prince?
Well, the kid that was
Nicky,
in the
Ricky?
movie? I think so, yes.
Yeah.
But the guy that plays him, I believe, is the same dude that's in the show The Boys. But what's kind of funny is there is a deleted scene in this that when Vivica A. Fox, his stripper fiance, is talking to the first lady, she says that that's not his dad. He's just trying to get the job of being his dad.
Yep.
So that's not really his son. Whatever, stepson, cool, whatever. So if you do the new movie, I believe he does say that is my dad. So they're retconning.
I mean, they got married.
Right.
Obviously in the first
right.
one.
But I think they're trying to, because Vivica A. Fox isn't in the second movie either. Like, she's not even mentioned. Just Will Smith, you know. So, movie's not good.
No, I didn't think so.
Anything that Roland Emmerich has kind of made after this, I feel like has tried to do this movie and make it the same.
But just failed.
But just bad every time. Yeah. So he did Stargate before this, which was a very big movie, TV show, whatever, in the 90s, and that was very good. Independence Day as a whole, it works. Is it a good movie? We're going to get to it right away. I don't think it's a good movie, but it's entertaining as hell. It's
not bad.
Well, okay, but here's the thing, and this is weird. From somebody who's only seen it now, and think of all the other movies that you've seen before this.
Yeah.
Those movies are going to be way better, even if they suck.
I like Will Smith.
Okay.
So anything he's in, I haven't hated anything he's in yet. Even that one fucking
After Earth.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was.
But it wasn't Will Smith's fault. It was his son's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son was being a little crybaby the whole time.
Yeah, there was another movie that came out, Gemini Man or something, that I heard wasn't good at all.
Yeah, that one's weird.
Yeah, and I heard it's not Will Smith being bad in it. It's just
that one was the writing.
Yeah,
for sure. I tried watching it. I think I finished it, but I couldn't tell you exactly what everything was like about anymore.
It's kind of like that movie Tenet that came out a couple years ago. You have to watch a movie like 5 times to understand it. It has to do with like time going backwards and forwards and like living. You can't even understand it. I don't even think Nolan, who directed it, did the Dark Knight trilogy. Is it Christopher Nolan? I can't remember because there's 2 of them. One does Westworld, one does these. Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan, whatever. It's Christopher Nolan.
One of the Nolan brothers.
One of the Nolans. I don't even think he knows what the fuck he was doing with that movie. He just kind of went, fuck it, we'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll do it live. No, but
one day.
He definitely, so I do like, I should know the name. It's definitely Christopher Nolan, but it just sounds wrong to me right now. He made one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's called The Prestige. Now, I'm a little partial to this because I like magic. I like magicians. I grew up watching all like the magic shows on TV and Lance Burton and, you know, the Pendragons and all these people. So The Prestige, it's a really fucking crazy movie, and I don't even want to say anything about it if you've never even heard about it.
Nope.
But it's got Hugh Jackman in it.
Hugh Jackman.
And it's got Dark Knight.
You know
what I'm talking about. Yeah. American Psycho. Fucking he's in the new Thor movie as the villain. Why can't I think of his name either?
What the fuck is his name? Are we talking about Edward?
No.
Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight movies with Christopher Nolan that directed. Yeah, why can't I think of his name? This happens every time. We need a board up here.
Christian Bale?
Thank you, Christian Bale, yeah. So they're both in the movie as competing magicians back in like the turn of the century. Scarlett Johansson's in it.
Oof.
Yeah. There's some other people in it that I just don't even want to... Michael Caine is in it.
Who's that?
Alfred in the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh.
So he uses a lot of the same people in his movies.
Good for him.
Yeah, exactly. But
keeping it like in the family.
Keeping it around the family, I guess. If you watch the movie, maybe you'll get it too. No, but it's one of those movies where it gets better the second time you watch it. Because with magicianship, if that's a word, you know, there's a way of how people do magic tricks and things like that, right? The movie is presented as a magic trick, but you don't know that until you get to the end.
I want to watch it
and
now.
then you got to watch it again, and you got to watch it back, and then the second time you watch it, you're like, oh fuck. It's so good.
I want to watch it
now.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's a little long, but it's good.
That's fine. I don't mind long movies.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like a long movie that makes you go, "Are we fucking done yet?" That's the movie's fault.
Yes.
If there's a long movie that I still want more at the end,
better be entertaining.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care how long the movie is as long as I'm in it for the entirety of it, right? James Cameron just came out and said that he's already mad at people for complaining about the length of the next Avatar movie that's about to come out. Think about that. He's tempering expectations already because he knows it's going to be shit.
Well,
don't make a 3-hour movie that I don't want to fucking want to watch.
Make your fucking movies better, bud.
You know,
it's on you.
Well, I'm going to go into a little tangent here. So, Avatar, I don't understand who is funding the next movies or think that these movies are going to be successful. Because the first Avatar was only successful because at the time, we've talked about this once or twice on the podcast already, at the time, 3D was on that cusp of, is this actually good or is it not? Is it just like a fad, right? So Avatar was the first movie where people were like, shit, this is good. You need to see it. So to me, half of that movie's box office is from repeat viewings or people bringing other people in to just watch the 3D.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do
how good the movie
with how good the movie was, because the movie's not good. Let's be real. It's Dances with Wolves, but in fucking on another planet.
Some avatars.
Right.
The blue fucking...
The blue goo.
Giants.
Yeah,
fucking
it's...
tails and shit.
Like I like James Cameron. I like the Terminator, the first two movies. Even Terminator Salvation is on my pecking order of like, it should be shit, but I fucking like it.
Never seen it.
It's got Christian Bale in it. I mean, yeah, and it's got the dude from Avatar in it, the who's not in anything anymore, the main guy. See, name a fucking character in Avatar for me.
Dude, I can't.
Exactly. Nobody can. James Cameron can't even do it. Because they're fucking forgettable. The movie is forgettable beyond what it did and what it pushed at that time. And that was cinema being pushed into full 3D, but like photoreal.
Yeah.
And then the 3D aspect on top of it, where 3D was like that fad that just, it looked cool, but it wasn't like, oh my God.
It was fun for a couple of years.
It was fun, but it wasn't like this could be something. It was just that like, hey, this is an extra or whatever. Yeah, it's still around, but nobody's making them like.
But even now,
Avatar.
they still like, they'll do movies. They won't do them with 3D, but they'll add like the aspect of like how the 3D shit would like pop out at you. They'll still do that stuff, and it's kind of weird. They did it in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Wasn't a fan. And his name was Sam Worthington.
Thank you, Sam Worthington. I'm pretty sure his name's like Jake or some bullshit in that movie.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Look at me. It's the only thing I remember.
Jake Sully and Tommy.
Jake Sully. What a shitty name.
Why do you have two names?
I'm pretty sure Sully was his last name.
No, Jake Sully, Tommy. He had like two different names. They'd have two different characters.
Did he play his own twin brother, I think? No, because
Probably.
he's in a wheelchair.
Why are they...
Okay. Look.
I'm not worried about the wheelchair. I'm worried about Avatar 3 coming out in 2024.
Oh, no, there's 4 of them. This is what I'm getting on. This is my soapbox right now.
Avatar the Tolkien writer is number 4?
Sure. My soapbox. Avatar is going to fucking bomb at the box office because nobody wants to fucking see the movies anymore.
It was an Avatar 5.
That's what I just said. There's 4 more coming.
Oh, I thought you meant total 4.
No, they've planned for they're shooting them all back to back to back to back. That's why it's taking so long to come out, right? Nobody wants to see these movies. There's nobody lining up. Yes, Disney has an Avatar land for some reason. You know, they built...
Cool.
No, they do have it.
I know.
Right. Like, it is cool.
It's got to be cool.
It is cool, but why is it there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about any other Disney thing that has like its own land or whatever, and you're still talking about Star Wars, Lion King, Aladdin. No, Aladdin doesn't have land, but you know what I mean? Like things that have rides and attractions, people are talking about for years and years and years. Nobody's talking about Avatar. They're only talking about because James Cameron's like, hey, guess what we're doing? Fucking 4 more of these motherfuckers.
Oh, he's going to be broke.
End rant. Back to what we're here for.
Independence Day.
Well, actually, talking about a movie podcast, because that's what we are here, and that's what we do. For anybody who's listened to us before and likes what they hear, or are for the first time listening and like my fucking rant on Avatar, please check us out on thedecisionreel.com. We're also on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, pretty much anywhere you can get your podcasts. We're there as well. Give us a like, a favorite, give us a comment. Do something for us. Take 5 seconds out of your day and just share one of our social media posts to somebody or recommend the show to a friend and just help us out.
Thank you. And also on the website, you will be able to find some shirts that we have on there.
We got shirts. If you go to, like I said, www.thedecisionreel.com and click on the store page, if it's working, some days it just feels like it doesn't, you can find our merch. We do have some cool t-shirts. We have a couple others than what you're seeing if you're watching this on YouTube right now. And if you're not, just go and check it out. Do what you want.
You know, I feel like for that little thing you have out there for the shirts, you should make like a revolving one with like all of them on there.
Look.
I'm just throwing it out there. Giving you ideas.
I'm going to have to do that.
You know what I'm saying? Just make them...
Just revolving, doing different ones. Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I guess we could. We could do that.
Yeah, that'd be
cool. Anyways, what Independence Day is all about This is the weirdest synopsis I found on IMDb for a movie yet. I feel like this is a tagline. The aliens are coming and their goal is to invade and destroy Earth. Fighting superior technology, mankind's best weapon is the will to survive.
That was terrible.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck was that? That's not the synopsis of this movie.
That's not. I mean, like, it kind of is.
I mean, it is, but it's the most general take.
Yeah, you could have done a little better on that, guys.
And that's the synopsis on IMDb.
So we need to.
I'll get on there
start
and
working.
edit that.
That's what I'm saying. We got to start working with IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
because they don't know how to judge, and IMDb does not know how to
write
synopsize.
They don't know how to synopsize a movie properly. What we do here, we synopsize. That's the synopsize. Where to watch currently? You can only watch it on YouTube. On Hulu if you have a subscription to Hulu. So that would be not for free, but subscription based. Yeah. But to rent, you got YouTube, Google Play, Vudu, Apple TV, and Amazon. Amazon
is also a subscription because I watched the extended version.
It's on there to not rent.
I didn't pay for it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where you find all your information from.
It's wrong then. I just Google it and it shows watch list of like where to watch it, and it'll show if you have to rent it or pay for it.
Oh, I'm sure if you with a subscription.
Now I feel fucking mad.
With a subscription, and it's free. You get the extended one. I don't know what the difference is because I've never seen the first.
Well, so the extended has all the deleted scenes like I was talking about.
Like the one you were just talking about?
So that's why you're probably like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about when he was like, yeah, this is not my son. Well, if you watch the regular version, it's not in there. There's a couple other parts too. I believe when she's dancing before she gets on stage, she's not actually supposed to be there to work, but she gets thrown up there anyways, and her kid's in the office with the dog. Yeah, that's not in the original movie.
Oh.
Yeah. So it makes no sense then why she ends up quitting, because they don't show that in the movie either.
And the normal one?
Yeah, she just leaves.
Oh. Well.
Which, I'm going to say another thing. I don't even think she needs to be in this movie.
No.
Like her whole story with the kid and everything, like, yeah, it's adding to Will Smith's character, but is it?
She could have stayed in the beginning of the movie when they just woke up and then they did the whole thing. He could have not said, you can come with me.
Right. And then, so to think about it, what is her whole reason for being in the movie? To get connected with the First Lady, right? And then kind of save her and bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
But then the First Lady just dies. So there's no real payoff to that. There's no.
I'm not gonna lie, I teared up a little bit.
I mean, that's fine. They bring the daughter in. I get it. It's sad for sure. Especially I will give credit to the doctor or whoever that guy was talking to the president, saying, "Look, there's nothing we can do for her. Like we try." Yeah, that dude felt real. Like that was a good performance by that guy for being in a movie for 30 seconds.
Yep, not long at all.
Yeah, but again, that whole story with Vivica A. Fox, the First Lady, and whatnot, I just don't think they need to even be there. I think the First Lady blows up when the fucking plane or the helicopter, crashes.
That was it.
I think Vivica A. Fox dies when she's in the subway and all the fire engulfs everything, but it doesn't go in an open door in the subway.
Yeah, what?
Right.
Why didn't she close the door?
That's what I'm saying. If she would have closed the door, all right, maybe you survive, right? But the door's open. Fire doesn't just go, oh, is that open? No, I'm good. I'm keeping going.
Straight.
Right. No.
Yeah.
Unless this is some alien type fire
and then
that we don't know about.
What are the odds the fucking dog just barely makes it and jumps off the fucking cars?
It's a movie. And you know what? The dog can survive. Fuck everybody else.
I'm glad the dog survived.
I want that movie. I want to see what the dog did by himself, searching for food and scraps, just eating people's faces off.
Where was the dog at the end of the movie?
Exactly, it disappears.
Oh,
that dog better be alive.
It better be
Still,
alive.
I fucking boy.
Oh boy.
So this was written by Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich. Dean has also wrote for Roland Emmerich on these movies here, which are Universal Soldier, Stargate, Godzilla, which a lot of people didn't like the 98 Godzilla movie. If you take out the fact that it's a Godzilla movie and just make it a random movie with a giant lizard, I fuck with it.
Okay. I don't think I've seen it.
Leon the Professional's in it, bro.
I don't think I've seen it.
Matthew Broderick's in it when he was like at his heights.
I don't know who that is.
What?
No idea.
You have no idea who Matthew Broderick. Wow, have you heard?
You can't even say his name.
Matthew Broderick.
No idea. What
Yeah,
else has
now
he been
that
in?
I'm thinking about it, like, what else would he have? I mean, you've seen The Cable Guy, right?
Yeah.
He's the main guy, The Cable Guy.
Oh.
But what else
Okay.
has he kind of been in? He's been
Well,
in a lot of
I know.
other bit part things, but I don't
Smaller
think he's
parts.
really been like a leading guy in a lot of big budget movies since then. Maybe
Yeah.
Godzilla killed him.
Mm.
Anyways, we also got the second Independence Day and Geostorm. Roland Emmerich, the director of this movie, same things, and then also did The Day After Tomorrow, 2012, White House Down, and the new movie that just came out called Moonfall, which is very similar to Independence Day.
Okay. I've seen those, except Moonfall, obviously.
Right.
I've seen
I actually downloaded Moonfall, and I want to watch it, especially after doing this, because I want to see how similar it is and how shitty it is. Because I heard it was like, let's take the worst parts about Independence Day and turn them up to 25 and just go with it.
Yeah, but I don't think it could be that bad. The dude did some good movies.
It's like saying Michael Bay is an amazing director because he made Armageddon.
Was he not?
Or, sorry, Bad Boys.
Don't you talk shit about my Bad Boys.
I'm not talking. Oh, no. The first Bad Boys is great. Second
yeah.
Bad Boys, pretty good.
Yeah.
The newest one that came out,
Yeah. He didn't need it.
everything else that he's done besides the first Transformers movie, not good.
You didn't like that one either?
I love the first Transformers movie.
Oh.
But everything after
you
that,
said not good.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah.
oof. Big oof.
The second one wasn't bad.
Second one's terrible.
That's
It
when
looked-
Megan Fox. No, Megan Fox was in the whole time.
She
then
was
it
in the
changed.
first two.
Yeah.
The third one when he goes to college and he's
Yeah.
dating a robot. No, he's not dating one. He's like, she
So-
starts showing up at
About to
school.
get it on.
When did fucking robots decide to like, oh, we can be humans now? And only one?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Decepticon. And do what they want.
Whatever.
She was hot till she was a robot.
I mean, depending on who you are, could still go with it as a robot. I mean,
If.
So this is starring Bill Pullman as President Thomas J. Whitmore, Jeff Goldblum as David Levinson, Will Smith as Captain Stephen Hiller. It's funny, I didn't do this, but he is billed at the top of this movie, by the way.
Will Smith?
Yes. To me, he is a side character in this
Yeah.
movie.
I was going to say the same fucking thing. Everyone, anytime you talk about Independence Day, you're like, oh, Will Smith.
Right.
Like, he could have been in here more. It was mainly Jeff Goldblum.
Well, so you got to think. You might not know this, but at the time, Will Smith was not an action star.
Yeah, because Men in Black didn't come out till after.
Way after.
It was a year.
98 is when Men in Black came out. This
Oh.
was 96. Okay, whatever. 2 years.
Jeez, whatever.
Whatever. In my head, it's like 99 or 2000,
All they
but
had
I'm
was-
pretty sure it's 98.
Fresh Prince before that, right?
Fresh Prince,
For
and then
most- most part.
there was another movie he was in where he was still kind of funny, right? And of course, he was a big rap star in the 80s. Not a lot of people even remember that, you know?
Oh.
With DJ Jazzy Jeff. Like, come on.
Jazzy Jeff. Yeah.
But what I'm saying, like, he was not a bankable action star. He was not this person in this movie. So they definitely, I feel like they added more than they probably hired him on for once he got on set. Because most of the back and forth with Jeff Goldblum in the aircraft and all that at the end, aircraft, spaceship, whatever, alien spaceship, that's all just improvised on the spot. Like a lot of that stuff too, even before when they're in the hangar shooting stuff off of it and everything, that's all just improvised dialogue. So I feel like he was probably brought in to, play the part that he did, but just probably wasn't as big as it ended up being because of the star power of Will Smith.
Yeah. So why people say just Will Smith instead of Jeff Goldblum doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, to me, Jeff Goldblum
Still.
is the main character of the
Yeah,
movie.
he 100% is.
Because he has the character arc, right? You could still say the president, Bill Pullman has a good character arc through the movie too, but it's not really a giant character arc, right? Like he's just the president.
With Jeff Goldblum's character.
Right, because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
hate each other and then he comes around to liking them cool, or, he's going through his wife dying, which doesn't seem to fucking bother him if you kind of pay attention to the movie. And
Nope.
yeah, there's other shit going on
Yeah.
that, maybe you need to be paying attention to.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end, show like a scene with you and your daughter breaking down and be like, oh, fuck,
We survived.
we survived. Right?
Mom didn't.
Mom's dead. Like, whatever.
Fuck it.
That just, that was weird to me. Like, there was never, in the moment, yeah, they were grieving at the side of the bed, kind of. But then the next scene is like, let's fucking roll.
Yeah. Didn't really matter. To him, at least.
Well,
rest in peace, Mom.
On the whole, when you're in that situation and you're the leader of the free world,
you got a lot on your fucking plate, bud.
You gotta have to compartmentalize yourself and be like, I don't need to have this. I'll fucking go like drown my sorrows in a ditch another day. Yeah. Let me deal with what's going on here, and that's all of us dying. She's just part of the overall plan, I guess.
Yeah. Well, she was part of somebody's plan.
I guess. I don't know. Again, I don't even think she even her death doesn't do anything for me and doesn't do anything for him. So I don't think it needs to be there.
They could have made that movie half an hour shorter. Take
out Vivica A. Fox, take out the president's wife dying, the first lady, and just have them die when they supposedly got faked out of death, right? Yeah. Like they both die and then show back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just let them fucking eat it at that point and call it a day. And I think the movie gets a little bit better because you're chewing away some of the unnecessary fat from the movie, because there is some stuff, parts that breathe, but does the movie need to breathe?
So the only thing I could say, Vivica A. Fox and Will Smith getting married, I feel like it brought Jeff Goldblum's character and his wife, ex-wife, a little bit closer again.
I'll give you that. She's touching the ring there, and then like they're holding hands through it, and I get that. So but see, that's just for Jeff Goldblum's character to grow, not Will Smith. You know what I mean? Like, to me, like we said, Goldblum is the main character. He's going through that arc, so that's adding to his character and letting him kind of, I guess, let go from whatever he was feeling before or whatnot. And, okay, this is bigger than whatever. And maybe another thing I want to say, not to jump from that, but he was drunk as fuck earlier in that day, or like 5 minutes before.
And he was good to go as soon as he was like, I got an idea.
Right.
Sober.
To be fair, people do sober up quick when certain things happen, right?
That quick,
but that quick
to solve like the biggest fucking problem they're dealing with right then.
At least show him like, oh no, they do give him like a big thing of coffee, and the guy says like, I made it strong for you or something, right? When he's drinking it to try and sober up. Oh wait, no, that's Randy Quaid's character. Never mind. Maybe they needed them together with the same pot. Like, fuck me, like Jesus, we're done. Yeah.
Also, does coffee actually sober you up? Because I've done it before, and I just felt like I was going to puke.
Maybe that's the whole point. It makes you puke, and then
you're good to go.
Yeah.
No. There you go.
Just going to have to try that one.
More you know. I wouldn't recommend putting creamer in it.
Anyways, we also got Judd Hirsch as Julius Levinson, Randy Quaid as Russell Case, Vivica A. Fox as Jasmine Dubrow. Those are all the main characters. I don't like to go through everybody.
Is it Dubrow?
Dubrow, yeah. It's Dubro. Dubrow. Dobrowski. This is rated PG-13 for sci-fi destruction and violence. How about like just murdering everybody?
Things got fucking destructed.
They really did. And you know what? Yeah. I think that's what this movie kind of stands out for, and probably is why it's still relevant besides Independence Day. Let's be real. If this wasn't based around Independence Day, it would probably be looked at as Armageddon, where like, okay, it's a great movie. It's on TNT every fucking summer, but it's not like important. Yeah. Obviously, because of Independence Day, it's going to be on every Independence Day on like 4 fucking channels at 8 o'clock that night.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but the destruction to me of everything, and we're going to get into it in my fun facts of how it's everything and why it looks so good. It's to me what I guess makes this stand the test of time almost. Like
the destruction, the way that they did it and filmed it.
Exactly. They use miniatures, right?
Yeah.
If they would have done what they tried to do with a couple other movies around this time, like we look at Jurassic Park and how they're like, oh yeah, this is, digital and we use computers and it still holds up today. It really doesn't. If you go look at Jurassic Park, there's like, it's either 6 or 9 minutes of actual dinosaurs in that movie, and most of it is in the dark when it's raining. So it looks fine. But outside, when you first see that Brachiosaurus, take your rose-tinted colored glasses off because you saw that when you were a kid and that was the most amazing fucking thing you've seen. Look at that Brachiosaurus. It looks
great.
Like
it looks like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like really bad. Like his fucking belly's like 6 pixels. Like,
and it's just not even like the movement
Right.
Didn't even look close. Like
Right.
fucking. I mean, not that I've fucking seen a dinosaur before.
I've seen a giraffe
But
eat off
what
a
I
branch.
assume,
Right,
yeah.
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, again, I'm not shitting on that movie whatsoever, but people like keep
great
that, oh man, how come Jurassic Park was made in 93 and it looks better than movies today, or even the new Jurassic World movies? Number one, you don't know what a dinosaur looks or moves like. So we have this thing that our brains do where if you're rendering a person's face, let's say, and it's a little bit off, it's called the uncanny valley, you're going to notice that right away because it doesn't look right. But if you make a dinosaur and it looks somewhat different than what your brain would think, you don't know.
Yeah, you're just gonna fix it.
Because you don't know what that looks like. I know what a human being looks like. I know how their face reacts or what their eyes do. But the minute it's just a little bit off, like you remember Polar Express with Tom Hanks. That movie is cited a lot about Uncanny Valley because it looks close, but there's something fucking weird about it. And it's not 100% good CGI.
Oh, like the faces of everybody.
Yeah.
It
They just look
does.
too smooth and
There's
too
something
whatever.
weird about it.
Right, because they're trying to go for photoreal, but the technology just wasn't there,
Yeah.
right? So Jurassic Park doesn't need to be like that because you don't know.
Yeah.
Right? So Jurassic World today, we're looking at these, dinosaurs that are doing so much more than what the dinosaurs were doing in the original movie. Also,
Fuck a lot more.
the dinosaurs, like take for instance the scene in the kitchen where the kids are being chased by the two velociraptors, right? Amazing scene. Are those raptors fucking running around and flying everywhere and hitting off shit?
Nope.
Barely, but when they do it, it's so quick you barely see what's happening. Most of it is them standing in the doorway, breathing, being ominous, being like a fucking villain or like a killer from like, Jason Voorhees or whatever. That's what makes those movies good. Not that, hey, we have the technology, we can make these raptors do whatever we want. I don't want that. I want story. I want atmosphere. I want...
And that's what you got.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what makes Jurassic Park good is because it's ominous, right? The whole movie is so different than anything that's come before it or after. I mean, you could say Jaws is sort of the same, but even Jaws, the story goes that they wanted that shark in the whole movie, but it never worked right. So Steven Spielberg had to film it in a way where he couldn't show the shark because it was always broken or it was always malfunctioning or not doing what they wanted it to do. So he couldn't put it in as much as he wanted. Well, guess what? That movie is fucking amazing because your brain makes you go, what is that? What is that doing? That could be anything, right? So you're making your own assumptions and it's scarier to you.
Did they not show the shark that often in that movie?
No. Like at the end, sure, they show him jumping
Yeah.
on the boat and doing everything, but I want to say the shark doesn't show up fully until like the last 10 minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
And
You're right.
even the original Alien movie. I'm sure you've never seen that.
I've seen Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah, okay. Alien, the first one in the 70s. They barely show the alien till the end. And the whole time, it's suspenseful. It's what the fuck is going on? What is that? What could it look like? You're only catching, glimpses of the tail or this or that or the tongue shooting out and getting through somebody's skull or somebody getting picked up. So to me, an audience member, each person is going to interpretate or come up with what it is differently based off of what you fear, right? So to me, that is scarier than showing me what the alien looks like right away,
Yeah.
right?
I get that.
Right? So this
It builds
movie...
suspense, like big ass suspense.
Exactly. So this movie, and this is why I want to come around to this based off of what you're talking about with the miniatures and the destruction and everything, the aliens... I think they do such a good fucking job with hiding what they sort of look like until they show Will Smith punch him in the face. And you're like, what the fuck was that real quick? Right? Welcome to Earth. All the fucking tentacles. And you're like, what the hell? Are they squids or what, And then they do the I thought it was super genius where they bring them to the actual, the freak show is what he calls it, right?
Yeah.
And they show their like,
And he
their
opens them up.
bodies all just, no, but even before that, in the tubes, the giant tubes.
Oh, yeah.
He shows what they look like, and they all just look fucked up. And like he's like, they're frail like us. Like these two burned up in the crash, and that guy died a few days later. And it's like
those were different aliens, though, weren't they?
no,
In the tubes?
They're the same aliens, like the same species, but just from a different time.
So they changed. I mean, they changed a little bit.
No, they don't. So here's the genius of it. They're wearing basically spacesuits or an extraterrestrial or an exosuit is what they're calling it, right? So when they cut them open, That's the thing inside of it that's
Yeah.
in those tubes, but they're all fucked up because they got hit. They crashed in the spaceship that they had.
Mhm.
So that's why they look a little different because they're all mangled from the crash.
Well, they were also like tan and stuff too.
Well, they were in like
And their heads were,
formaldehyde and
oh,
stuff.
their heads weren't bigger. No,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay.
Because you got to think, when you see that alien stand up, he's still in the suit, right?
Yeah.
But it's just open, so he's kind of crawling out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see the part where he's like digging his hands through to get out almost before he kills everybody in the autopsy room or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's a genius design of just special effects with just thinking outside the box of what an alien could actually be. And again, I got great fun facts for that coming up. Yeah, I always got the good fun facts. So runtime on this guy is 145 minutes. We alluded to this before of it being, it could be you could trim it.
The extended was 154.
Exactly.
I was torn. Do I want 10 more minutes or I don't want 10 less? I chose the more.
And you probably were hating on that.
I
No?
I didn't mind the movie,
Really?
honestly.
Alright.
It wasn't too bad. Except for I didn't like the miniature thing. Watching those explode.
Like the
buildings, like the
Well, you got to think, again, coming from somebody who's only seen newer special effects, you're
Yeah.
thinking of a way of it to look a certain way, and when it looks cheap and like that, you're kind of like, oh, I can tell that looks like shit,
Yeah.
or I can tell that's small.
I
or
mean,
whatever.
so I did watch it in like 1996 eyes.
Okay, well,
So it
that's
wasn't
good.
horrible, but
Right.
then I was like thinking about it, like they did it now, could be a little bit better.
See, this is
But
why.
obviously they tried,
Yeah.
failed.
This is why I want you to watch the first Star Wars.
I know. I was talking to somebody else yesterday while we were watching fireworks. So I didn't like it either, but then I started watching the first one and like the trilogy or whatever it is. They're like, I kind of like it now.
So that's the
I was like,
thing.
all right.
If you got into Star Wars at a certain era after the first trilogy, it's not good.
Yeah.
Right? But if you go back and you watch from square one, the first one, and I'm not talking about the re-releases that George Lucas has done and made edits to. I'm talking the original where it came out. And maybe the first edit he did is probably the best one. But if you watch it and you look and see, yo, this came out in the 70s and it looks fucking better than Armageddon, it's wild.
I'll watch it. Okay.
Okay.
For the next time we hang out, I'll have watched Star Wars.
All right.
Well, not tomorrow.
Well, I know. I got
Yeah, not tomorrow.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So this is released on July 3rd, 1996.
America. Well,
Good
almost
idea.
America.
Yeah. It's funny. Like I would have thought, why not release it even earlier? And I'm wondering if, how hard is it to find out what day July 3rd, 1996 was? Find out if that was like a Friday.
Hey Siri,
There you go.
what day was July 3rd, 1996?
It was Wednesday,
Came out on a Wednesday?
On a Wednesday.
How the fuck
So-
are they doing?
So July 4th would have been that Thursday, which is weird, right? But at the same time, how could you not release it on July 4th?
I feel like July 5th would have been the best. It's Friday. People
But-
just celebrated Independence Day, and they're like, we're going to fucking watch a movie on Independence Day. Or about Independence Day.
But wouldn't you want to watch this?
No, because you're watching fireworks.
So
But
that's
it
why you
would've-
released it the day before.
That's what they did.
And that's what
And
they did
said,
on a
"Fuck
Wed-
it,
on a
we're doing it on
Wednesday,
a
yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah, why not? Good.
Movie's
yeah,
coming
all right.
out on a Wednesday.
And then on Saturday, everybody went and saw it on July 5th, which, again, at the end of the movie, that's July 5th.
That's Friday.
Friday, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's on again.
whatever. This was filmed from July 28th, 1995 through November 2nd, 1995 in Utah, Arizona, Pennsylvania, New Mexico, California, New York, Georgia, New Jersey, D.C., Egypt, Australia, and Iceland.
Excuse me? They went all over the place in that
Everywhere.
fucking like 6-7 months?
Everywhere.
Like, fuck, get
Well-
on the plane.
You got to think this, right? There's not one team of people going everywhere, right? They have different groups
Oh, yeah,
of
you're
people.
right.
You have a B team or an A team or whatever, and they're
So,
getting
like certain teams different.
exactly right. Because let's be real, you could have been filming Vivica A. Fox doing what she's got to do in DC, while you're filming Will Smith in the Salt Flats punching an alien in the fucking gut. You know,
Yeah.
sorry, face.
Face.
What-
Right in the face.
Exactly. And then you could have the C team, filming Jeff Goldblum in DC or wherever else,
Yeah,
all
okay,
that stuff,
makes more
right?
sense. But
And a lot of the shots that they're going to these different places were probably B-roll, like the Egypt scenes where they're showing the pyramids and those people and whatnot. Which, did they really actually have to go there to film that? Probably not. But you got to think in '96, maybe they don't have that like stock footage that a lot of these places have, or it's easy to just make fucking just throw the
Get on a
pyramids here.
plane. We'll fucking see you in a week.
Right, exactly. Film
Yeah.
it, get it. All right, we're probably going to need another shot for Egypt in another movie. Take it from like
Different angle.
just different angle and get it, and we'll put it in the fucking stock
Call
footage.
it
And,
a
yeah,
day.
exactly.
Budget on this is gonna be insane.
Well, so we're here for it. We could guess it. We only got one person to guess it with,
It's gonna be me.
and you're going to take a guess of what?
Fuck. They went all over the place.
Now, hold on. Let me preface this. Jeff Goldblum is a giant actor at this point. The biggest movie in the world before this was Jurassic Park 3 years before it. So now he's in this movie. So you got a bankable star there. Bill Pullman, pretty big too. Will Smith, not really. So I doubt you're giving him some stuff. Vivica A. Fox, meh. I'm sure the catering budget was huge.
196.
$196 million
Yes, sir.
for Independence Day in
Yeah.
96. The actual budget, $75 million.
Fuck.
Which
I
is
overguessed
still,
that one
which is
hard.
still, it's still a large budget for a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look, so if you're looking at it post, right, that's a lot of movie star power in this movie with a lot of special effects, a lot of industry leaders almost in this movie.
Yeah.
But at the time, not really. So,
That's still a lot of money, though.
oh yeah,
Jesus.
to bank on a movie like this, and
Yeah.
you didn't even know you could call it Independence Day.
Yeah. ID4.
ID4, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So, all right, box office. What do you think it made overall, globally? Now, you got to think, who wants to see an Independence Day movie in Japan or China?
They were in the movie.
They were, but you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I know they broke even at least. And it clearly was not 176 million. I'm going to go with 101.
I'm gonna give you help here.
Thank you.
This made Will Smith a fucking movie star. Okay? So there's not a single person in the United States that didn't go see this movie. So guess again.
All right. 153.
Think Shrek numbers.
Oh, God. Really?
Shrek 2 numbers.
Good for them.
What do you think now that I said that?
Sheesh. All right. 812.
Look at you. $817.4 million.
Good old Shrek coming in for the win again.
I know, right?
That's a lot of fucking money.
In its opening weekend, it made $50.2 million.
So they almost broke even opening
First
weekend.
Imagine. You know what I mean? Like,
is Wednesday counting as the weekend?
well, yeah, so that would be, so it's the first week, basically.
Oh.
Depends on when
So
something.
Wednesday to Tuesday.
Yeah,
Got it.
pretty much, yeah.
That's
Still crazy, right?
especially since tickets back then were what, $6?
Depending, yeah. You got to think. And
That's a lot of people. God.
good for Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, box office that week. I'm going to say something. This was my jam of movie time. The 94 through 99 era to me is my favorite time in movie history. I will say my favorite movies of all time are not in that, but my grouping of movies of like just what I grew up with and like some of the best movies to me to this day still came out of that era,
Okay.
right? So this top 10 I really like.
Yeah, what
Number
we got?
10, The Cable Guy.
Okay.
Like I was
Yeah.
saying, with Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
Could say
Good
his
movie.
name now. Number 9, Mission Impossible.
Yeah. I love it. My dad took me to see that one too.
Yeah. You know what's
Loved
funny?
it.
I've never actually looked at the title until I wrote it today, and it's Mission, semicolon, Impossible.
Yeah.
I never knew it was that
Are you
way.
fucking kidding me?
Well, so the title of the movie is literally just Mission, when you think about it.
Yeah. Mission Impossible.
Well, I got it, but it's just Mission then.
Wait, when
it's
did that
not
come out?
Mission Impossible.
When did
No,
that-
so,
96?
well, it would be in 96.
Oh, my dad did not take me to see that.
You went to see the second one when
Yeah.
they were in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
With Metallica playing fucking what's that song? Yeah, down, meow, 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 meow.
I don't know. No idea.
I disappear or some shit. Whatever. It
Where
was-
you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Where am I going?
Yeah.
That's the name of the song.
Yeah.
Number 8, Twister.
So I watched that in like my fucking daycare. when I was like 6 or 7.
Oof.
Yeah, they let us watch that movie. Don't know why.
Yeah. I watched that in like my high school, not high school, my middle school, I guess, whatever, like science class.
Yeah, I watched it again then.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they're like, check this out.
Yeah,
Twisters. Helen Hunt, good for her. Bill Pullman, good for him. Not
Yeah.
Bill Pullman, fucking, Bill Pullman's in this movie. Fucking Game Over, man, from Aliens 2. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, dude.
Whatever, he's
You gotta
dead
come
now.
with the names.
Number 7, Striptease.
Never seen it. Never
It
heard of
was so it was a big movie because Demi Moore
Mm.
is the stripper, and
Mhm.
people were all about that.
Yeah, but they
And
were
then that came out, and they're like, "Ooh,
probably not.
no." Number 6.
I thought she was hot.
She was until that movie came out, and then people were like, "Oh, she got one of those what Brent would call bad '90s boob jobs."
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh.
Doing
Sheesh.
number 6. This is, and me and Wally agree with this. This is a James Bond sequel, The Rock.
What is that? James Bond sequel?
Sorry, what is that?
A James Bond sequel?
So The Rock, starring Sir Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. People, and there's a giant fan theory that this is a sequel to James Bond when he was James Bond. And he's been in prison for like 40 years after being a espionage, whatever dude from Great Britain or MI6 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole idea of the movie is this rogue military kind of sector people take over, what's that fucking prison on the island?
Guantanamo Bay?
No.
No.
Guantanamo Bay. The prison
fuck is it
in
called?
New York on the island there.
I don't
Whatever. It's so out of pop culture at this point. Anyways, they take it over and they need somebody who used to be there to tell them how to break into it secretly. And because he broke out of there and he's the only person who ever did it successfully,
know.
they end up breaking him or taking him out of prison to go with Nick Cage in with a fucking team of like SEALs or something to take out this unit that has like these specialized weapons that are filled with like this poisonous gas marbles and shit.
So instead of putting him back in jail, they were like, here's a job. Go have fun.
Right.
Good for him.
Well, he's in jail for life basically, and they said, "Look, we'll maybe pardon you if you can come, help this out," which
Oh.
they weren't going to.
Oh.
They just figured he would probably die on this mission.
Did he?
Spoilers, you watch it. It's one of the best movies of the 90s, man.
You almost said yes or no. I saw it.
What?
I said you almost said yes or no. You almost answered my question.
Actually, you don't know.
Oh.
At the end, there's some like explosions that happen.
And you just don't know if he's alive?
You just don't know.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Number
Rock.
5, Eraser.
Mm,
It's with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I told you.
You've never seen a Schwarzenegger movie
Yep.
in your life. There's no fucking way you've never seen Turbo Man there.
Nope.
Jingle All the Way.
Nope.
True Lies.
Nope.
Terminator 1 or 2. Last Action Hero.
Keep going.
Conan.
No.
Twins.
No.
Kindergarten Cop.
Why do you know all these Arnold?
'Cause I love Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Jesus Christ.
I love Arnold. He's a great actor, man. Like a lot of people would like shit on him for just, having a terrible accent, but
Mm,
it works. Terminator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are we up to now? 7?
probably.
I don't think he was. Oh, no, he was definitely in Salvation as a CGI. Spoilers person.
As a CGI.
I can't even explain it. Even if I tried, we'd be here for like 45 minutes of me going through the Terminator lore. Because there's lore. There's a fucking
about Terminator or the
why he's CGI in a movie that takes place in the future, but a kind of distant future with Christian Bale and the guy from Avatar.
Yep, we're gonna not do that. 'Cause
No.
you will talk forever.
I
Yeah.
will. I like Terminator.
Yeah.
I only like Terminator 2 and Salvation. All the other ones, the first one's great, but if you watched it today, it's definitely dated because obviously at the time it was a lower budget movie, James Cameron. And if you watched it today for the first time, like you're watching not Armageddon, fucking the movie we're doing today, Independence
Mhm.
Day, you'll see the cracks in it, kind of like you did here with the
Yeah.
miniatures and stuff. So it kind of takes you out of it, and it's just not filmed very well.
Okay.
The second movie still holds up to this day, but if you don't watch the first movie,
You won't understand the 2nd
You'll
one?
understand it, but you'll lose out on the giant twists that happen in it that make pop culture of the 90s essentially every joke that's ever happened comes from that movie.
Oh, okay.
You know, hasta la vista, baby, and
Yeah.
come with me if you want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit. Number 4, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. You've definitely seen that.
The animated?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Of course.
So, one for
One for old
six.
Randy here. All right, top 3. You're going to guess them.
Mm-hmm.
Independence Day,
Mm.
The Nutty Professor,
Mm-hmm.
and Phenomenon.
Haven't heard of that one.
Phenomenon has John Travolta in it, and he somehow gets, I can't remember if he gets struck by lightning or something, and he gains like some kind of powers. And I just remember that in the trailer, he has like a pair of sunglasses that he's levitating on his hand, and they're like spinning. And that's how he's like, yo, I got these fucking crazy powers. And then he ends up just having like cancer or something.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
What
a loser.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Independence
Day.
and Nutty Professor, Phenomenon.
So Independence Day, Phenomenon, Nutty Professor. Only
It
because
is.
you said John Travolta.
Sure. Number 1, Independence Day. Obviously, it fucking had a monster weekend.
Yeah.
Number 2, The Nutty Professor.
Mm.
Come on, Eddie Murphy at his height. Number 3,
So
John Travolta,
was
at
in
his
it.
height. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. I feel like John Travolta's height would have been Saturday Night Fever and all that bullshit, but he kind of had a renaissance there in the 90s, I guess.
Like
Maybe.
that wasn't like the 80s, wasn't it?
Saturday Night Fever, I believe, was 70s.
Oh,
Yeah. And then he was in Grease, obviously.
yeah.
Fucking Grease is terrible.
Yeah, I don't like the movie.
No, me neither. Tomatometer time. The teammates. Rotten Teas. That's what we're calling it from now on. Rotten
button.
Teas. Which button?
The low one.
The what one?
The low one.
The low one.
The low one.
Oh, shit.
You don't remember?
There you go.
There
The
we go.
low
That's all I
one.
wanted.
So what do we think critics? The critics?
The credits.
What do we think the critics and the audience scored this out of 100%?
Thank you for specifying 100%. I'm going to go with critics 63 and audience. Obviously, it was a fucking big hit, so I'm going to go like 92. 63, 92.
63
Final answer, Alex.
and 92. So, it is critics 67,
Oof, close.
audience 75.
What?
I kind of agree with that. I mean, they're very close when you think about it. 67 to 75. It's not a big difference
That's
there.
close.
I would think the audience score would be a little higher. You know what I mean? But
They spent how much money on a fucking movie? Or like how much
a lot
they
of people
made?
went and
Yeah.
saw it. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, whatever. IMDb score. Go ahead and guess that.
5.7.
5.7.
Yeah.
You're wrong. It's a 7.0.
Mm.
It's a 7.
7?
7.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess 7. Whatever.
Everybody's going 7s
I
in this
guess.
one.
I guess. Who was your favorite character in the movie?
Favorite character. I think
Fucked up.
I like the scientist, the one that had been down.
In Area 51?
Yeah, the one who was like, yeah, they don't let you out much, as you would assume, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I liked him. He was like, he's kind of off the wall, and when he was like talking to Jeff Goldblum's character
It's
in the
funny.
spaceship,
Yep.
he's like, don't touch anything.
What's really funny is he comes back in the sequel.
Does he?
Yeah. Because you don't actually see him die. You see the guy kind of like check his neck, but he doesn't go like, oh, he's fucking dead.
Yeah, they never said he was dead.
Right.
Hmm.
Which is kind of cool, but at the same time, they spoiled it in the trailer.
Of the second one?
Yeah.
What idiots.
Well, what else did they have going for them?
Clearly the movie was a flop, so
It was. Well,
yeah.
it was a bad movie. It's so
Flop.
bad. It's honestly worth watching to see how bad it is. Because how do you go wrong with, I see how they went wrong. They did the Jurassic World thing where we got to make it bigger, got to make it better, got to CGI everything up. We got to like make shit just Fast 5 and whatever. And it wasn't good.
This was the 2016 one,
Yeah.
right?
Something like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they only made one, whatever.
Mhm.
Well, no, it's funny because so like they based it on, we have the alien technology now. So how much would have life advanced since all that, right?
I'm not watching that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's probably fucking stupid.
It's It's pretty
You
stupid.
didn't say that at the beginning. Should have started with that.
I know, right? So my favorite character is Randy Quaid's character, just because I think he has the best redemption arc of not any movie, but of a lot of movies. You have a guy who is ridiculed, who is an alcoholic because he was fucking abducted by aliens, and he's been trying to tell people for years that it's happened, and they just think he's a fucking crazy ass, dude who's just an alcoholic to be an alcoholic and making stories up. And he's not an asshole about it when aliens get here. Not like, I fucking told you guys,
Yeah, it was like, I'm going to fucking kill him.
Right. He's just like, I'm here to help.
Yep.
I'll do what I can do.
When they were fucking with him in the diner, I was like, I'm going to fucking punch you right in the face, dude.
I know, right? But at the same time, you're like, I'm watching an alien movie. Obviously, he's right.
Yeah. You're probably a little bit crazy, but obviously you're not. Because here we are, fucking Adam since the fucking 60s.
Right. But it's such a good redemption arc where it wasn't overdone. Like, there wasn't that, like, I'm going to fucking punch this guy out because I was right. It was literally just, I'm here to do what I need to do. And at the end, he's the one that fucking saves the world.
Yep. Figured it out.
Hello, boys. I'm back. It's great. It's great. Now, I do want to say something, which definitely bothers me. How do they actually defeat that giant 15-mile wide ship?
The internal explosion?
No, because that blows up before they shoot the nuke into the main mothership. So
What do you mean?
Okay, so how they end up defeating the giant...
The big ones that were on Earth?
The big ones that were on Earth is, as it's getting ready to shoot into the ground, he flies his ship up into it.
Yeah.
And then it explodes with a rocket. Sure, he has a rocket. But then they go, explain how we do this to everyone across the world.
Kamikaze that shit.
What are they explaining? Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, are they saying, all right, guys, you just got to fly a plane into this while they're about to shoot you?
Nah, they probably waited till it opened, and then they had rockets that actually shot off of the plane like it was supposed to.
Okay.
And then
But it just didn't...
get it.
They didn't... I wanted that... Like, okay, they're showing the Morse code, them explaining it. I want the guy telling them what to say on the Morse code. I want to know what they're, telling them to do.
You got to find one person. He's got a kamikaze it. All right.
You got to find somebody that they abducted, right? And then you need a missile, but it can't shoot.
Do not let it shoot off. If it shoots off, game over.
Right. You need to have it on the ship as you're flying up into it, right as they shoot, not any second before or after, as they pull the trigger, and that's how we beat them.
Yep. And you know what?
Make it happen.
15, we're done.
Yeah. I like how they all came down like in the same time too.
Yeah.
But it's a movie, you got to wrap it up. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
I thought, so the way they were explaining it and the way Jeff Goldblum kind of explains it is that they were going to go up to the mothership. They were going to shoot the nuke off. They were going to infect or whatever so that their shields go down. And once they shot the nuke and it exploded, all the other ships would have malfunctioned and crashed to the earth. That's what I thought was going to happen.
And you were clearly not listening to his plan then.
Well, I was fucking probably 8 years old when I watched the movie, so that's what's been in my brain this whole time, is that's what I gathered from his speech. The other thing I want to say...
Did you not watch it again? You're just going off memory?
No, I watched it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I got two different versions of the movie in my head because of 8-year-old brain and 34-year-old brain. The main thing I'm seeing as a 34-year-old is just because that giant ship crashed doesn't mean you beat all the aliens.
Yeah, they could still be alive. I thought the same fucking thing.
Did you see how many of those little ships flew out of there when the fighter jets were coming?
Yeah.
There's got to be a million of those motherfuckers on that ship. Did you see them when they got up in there into the mothership? They were like in unison, standing around, waiting to go out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about on the main ships on Earth? There's got to be a million plus of those motherfuckers on each ship.
Yeah.
They're not dying with it.
Well, I mean, it did explode.
Did it?
All the way through. Yeah, I mean, it showed it go throughout the entire thing, so it could have gotten every port.
All right, let's say
probably not.
Let's say 75% of the people on the vessel died.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then another 10 on impact as it's falling to the earth. You're still dealing with
15%?
You're still dealing with a whole bunch of
10%?
aliens running around. I want that movie. Boots on the ground, fucking showing them
Fighting.
running at, just fighting. I'm talking elbowing bitches and just
Yeah.
AR-15 and
That would have been a better sequel.
well, think.
James
Okay,
Cameron.
yeah, right. Think about this. They had all those redneck dudes, not derogatory, at Area 51. You know, in those
Yeah.
RVs, they had some
Oh, they have
firepower.
fucking guns.
I want to see that where it's crashing and they're coming out at them and they're coming out of the base just lighting them up. That's what I want to see.
That would have been dope.
That would have been. Why can't you add that? Take Vivica A. Fox out of the fucking movie and give me that 15 minutes.
Start shooting shit.
God,
Fucked it up.
I need to make a movie. My other favorite character, which we haven't mentioned yet, is Harry Connick Jr. So in the beginning, he's the other fighter pilot with Will Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And Harry Connick Jr. was a very big guy in the 90s. So for him to be in this movie as a big character was kind of like, all
He
right.
died pretty quick.
He did, but man, was he fucking memorable. Like the whole scene where they're in the locker room, right? And he like kneels down to like, you got to get up in that ass. And then he gives him the ring and he like opens it up. He's like, oh, what is this? And then he looks up at him and the guy like walks in the background like, I'm out. It's a great scene. Like that's the type of movie that I miss nowadays where like the 90s had that feeling. You know, they had these stupid scenes where it was like, it wasn't over the top. It wasn't a dirty joke. It wasn't a stupid joke. It was just like a feel good, like this fucking guy,
Yeah.
right? And even when he goes down in the ship, I felt something because of that. You know, like I felt like we were friends almost, right? Like even before with the takeoff, he's doing like the voices and whatever.
Oh yeah,
To everybody,
the Reverend.
and all
Yeah.
that. Like that was good.
Yeah.
I miss moments of breath is what I would like to call it in movies where they're giving you character development that doesn't need to be there, but it adds to the movie, and it's not plot points. It's not somebody saying exposition because you need to know what's going on off screen. No, it's somebody just being a human being talking to somebody else.
No, everything's just like go 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 go.
That's right. And I hate to always come back to Fast and the Furious, but I feel like the Fast and the Furious franchise, for whatever reason, was so successful, and people took that like mold and said, we need to make every movie like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Fucking look at them now.
Well, that's
on
what I'm
number 10.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think those movies have something that just people gravitated to. Cool, it works for those movies. It doesn't work for a Jurassic World. It doesn't work for an Independence Day. So when you try and bring that into this or Jurassic World, it just doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
It's just too fast. It's too
Too
especially, and I go back to dinosaurs all the time, especially that. You need breath in a dinosaur movie if you're trying to make me scared for a dinosaur. Or not make me scared of a dinosaur, right? And the new movies just don't do that. Everything's just too quick and fast and whatnot. And is it because kids today don't have the attention span to sit and like be ominously scared?
They do not.
I get it,
Let's,
but I understand I'm not the demographic for a Jurassic World movie at this point. But if
Yeah.
you're gonna make a movie that like if I had kids I was gonna bring to, make me fucking like what I'm watching, right? Like the kid doesn't care. He's going, oh, dinosaurs.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's all they care about. They just want to see fucking Brachiosaurus doing his
Exactly.
thing.
Right. They don't want to see it dying in the fucking mist, and I got to
No.
sit there and cry because I grew up with that. The kid doesn't want that.
Nope.
He wants to play with the dinosaurs afterwards. How you going to play with a dead dinosaur?
We can still play with the dead dinosaur.
You
It's not gonna be
definitely
as fun.
can. You're definitely right. You're
Yeah,
definitely
just
right.
poke it with a stick.
I know. Do we have a least favorite character?
I didn't like.
Vivica A. Fox.
She had a nice butt, so I wasn't too mad about it.
You know what? I honestly didn't even like pay attention. I was
Nope.
so annoyed with just her being, because I remember watching it as a kid going, fuck this. Why are you here?
Yeah, she had a nice butt, so I wasn't mad about her.
All right.
But the one dude that was in Jeff Goldblum's like the
His dad?
the flamboyant guy.
Oh, okay. Who dies early in the movie?
His fucking voice, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him.
So
I was
he-
glad when a car came and hit him.
He was in a lot of stuff in the 90s, and
Did he always sound like that? That's just his voice.
That's just his voice. Yeah. He's a
Rough.
funny guy. He's been in a lot of stuff. Where's my phone? I
He
can
just
look it
seemed
up.
like a little too.
Oh my God, David. That's
that
pretty much.
was pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple things. With him.
Yeah. No, but he was like, I didn't like it. His acting wasn't the best either. Like
Well,
the lines
he's
that
always been that over the top kind of flamboyant gay, but you're not sure guy,
yeah.
right? And there's actually a funny thing in this is they take out the word fuck when he says it before he dies, so it's not a PG. So it is a PG-13 movie, Because he's talking to his lawyer. He's like, fire my fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
They take it out, and he just says, fire my lawyer or something.
Oh.
Yeah. And then gets killed. Well, we don't know, right? Because they do the same thing to Vivica A. Fox, just cut to black.
I'm going to go ahead and say he died.
He could be alive in that car still. You don't know.
He's dying
He's
of
dead.
starvation.
He's dead. Let's be real. He's dead.
Yeah.
My least favorite, again, I said Vivica A. Fox. She doesn't need to be in the movie. The whole fucking... besides the one point that I will give you credit about David's character, seeing them getting married and kind of bringing him back to his ex-wife, that makes sense. But beyond that, no, not for me.
Yeah.
And even how, like, Will Smith finds her. Like, he says he's going to go out because the chopper's going to go look
How
and
the
see.
fuck did he find her that quick?
It's a movie. We got to get going, right? Okay, cool. Give me one fucking 5-second scene of them in the air searching with a searchlight and going, hey, there's a fire over there. Let's go to that. Done.
But so I thought the same thing, like about the fire. There was fire everywhere. Things just
True.
fucking
Okay,
exploded.
true. Okay, then you could see somebody with a flashlight in the air or
Yeah.
some shit. Like, just
Something.
5 seconds. That's
Not
it.
just a, what was her fucking, whatever her fucking name was. He just yelled her name out. And then she was like, "I'm here."
Jasmine.
Jasmine?
Jasmine. Yeah, that's
Will?
stupid. That's stupid. That's fucking,
Yeah. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's what I said. Favorite part or scene then? Gotta have something.
Dude, obviously when he punched the fucking alien in the face, knocked
You know
him
what?
cold straight out.
It's funny too because that was again another like iconic 90s thing that just stuck in pop culture because let's be real, everybody had in the earlier, 50s, 60s, welcome to Earth or take me to your leader and all that.
Mhm.
And he's just like, welcome to Earth.
Punch, he was cussing his fucking way up there.
Yep. And what did he say? That's what I call an intergalactic something.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't even remember. Well, so it's funny too, right? Like, so this movie kickstarts basically Will Smith's kind of movie box office, juggernaut career. What does he go to next? Men in Black,
Men in
right?
Black with
And-
aliens.
Right. Could
Weird.
this not be maybe some kind of weird alternate reality sequel that New York didn't get blown up?
That seems like a stretch.
It is, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm reaching.
That was big.
I will say this. I think Men in Black is a far superior movie to this, but I like them both the same.
You think it is or isn't?
Is.
Is, yes.
I think it's a more cohesive world-building story
Yeah.
that I want to stay in, where, I mean, this movie's good, but when it's over, I'm like, all right, cool.
The new one with Chris Hemsworth.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
And you know what? It's funny, like fucking Neeson, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
I love him in anything he's been in, even like Taken 17. I don't fucking care. I'll watch it, but he did nothing for me in that movie.
Which one? The new one?
The new one. See? You don't even
I don't even know
remember
who
he's
the
in
fuck
it.
He was in the movie.
He was the bad guy.
Was he?
He was the main dude of the Men in Black International or whatever it was. He was the leader of that.
Nope.
Exactly. And then he ends up being the evil fucking whatever it is because it's so forgettable. I remember watching that movie twice because I went, did I watch it?
Yeah.
And then I watched it back. I went, yeah, I fucking did. And it sucked.
It had the girl in it too, right?
Yeah, who's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
in
yeah.
Thor.
Yeah.
Whoever watched Thor Ragnarok went, these guys have great on-screen chemistry.
I
Let's
wonder why.
let's put them in a movie together. Yeah. You know what really makes me mad is they were working on a crossover of 21 Jump Street with Men in Black,
That would have been dope.
and they went, nah, we like the Thor thing better.
No.
Exactly.
Put
Think
them
of how
together, dude.
awesome it would have been to have fucking Jonah Hill and what's his face together, Channing Tatum in the world of Men in Black.
That would have been fun.
And not even make it make sense. Just do it like they were
Like
just
21 Jump Street.
that's well, just continuing the story of, all right, we're not going to have you in the cops anymore. We got this secret thing, and they somehow stumble upon it, and then they go, all right, fuck it, you're in,
That would have been fun.
right?
They missed out.
I could write that movie tonight, and it would be better than Men in Black 3.
Go ahead. I'll expect a script tomorrow.
Look, I just wrote the first 5 seconds of the movie, and it made sense. Liam Neeson will be in
That'd
it,
be good.
but he'll be in the
Yeah.
background for 5 seconds walking by going, who the fuck are these guys? And that's
Yeah.
it. Done.
There you go.
My favorite part of scene, it has to be the Welcome to Earth scene. It has to be. Like, it's such an iconic scene. Everything about it is perfect. The wide angle of it when he's walking up to the spaceship, him opening it. Because, again, you haven't seen the aliens up to this point. You
Yeah.
kind of, catching glimpses here and there. And then finally, when it comes out, it's so quick and so like, what the fuck was that? And he just
Knocks the shit out.
welcome to Earth, right?
One hit. Thing was knocked out too.
Yeah,
Like, good for you, bud.
yeah, I like it.
He didn't even know if it was going to knock him out. He was like, I'm going to punch it.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
Well, at that point, what do you do? Like,
Oh, yeah.
he's got no gun. He's got nothing. He just crashed his fucking jet. Also, I want to say, when he fucking parachutes down, was that not the
Dude,
hardest landing ever?
He would have broken his legs.
It's realistic.
real quick.
I like it. Because what other movies do you see where somebody like parachutes out of a jet and they kind of like, whoosh, whoosh,
Glide down.
I'm here and I'm fine. No, I like that.
Yeah.
Or if there's trees, they're always stuck in a tree.
Yeah.
Another Jurassic fucking World thing.
He
There's-
hit hard.
How many Jurassic Park movies are there? 6 at this point? How many people are fucking in a goddamn tree because of a parachute? At least 3. Sorry, I'm a little butthurt about the Jurassic World
Yeah.
movies. They fucking suck.
I
Fight me.
wanted to see it, but you guys talk shit about it too much. I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Because I like Chris Pratt.
I'm a little Chris
Mhm.
Pratted out.
A lot of people are.
Yeah. If
Not
he's
just
getting-
you.
Yeah, I know, I get it. My other favorite part was them at the end in the spaceship, just sitting there, and then where they close the screen or whatever so they can't see him, and they're like talking shit about the alien, but you keep getting the alien, and they're seeing like they have screens that look like LCD screens that they can have touch screen on. I'm like, all right, did we get that from them maybe after this, or okay, cool, whatever. And then like the screen opens up and they're like, hide, right? And they jump behind,
Yeah.
and then they're just shooting the shit. Like, what else would you do? You know what I
Nothing.
mean? Like,
You were fucking on a spaceship in space.
right. I like
You're
them
not
not
going anywhere.
and I like the fact that they're just like not even freaking out about it. They're just kind of like,
No,
fuck it,
yep.
we're here.
We knew we were going to die. Or
They
we were gonna live.
right, they
One,
bust
two.
out the cigars, and it's kind of like, well, what else can we do? And what, fuck it, right? They get in, they're just like, does he have any idea what is about to happen, right?
Just fucking waving
And
to
they
him.
just,
Yep.
I liked it. I really liked that scene because it felt real. It felt, I didn't feel like they were acting at that point.
Mm-hmm.
They were just in it.
Just
So
chilling.
yeah, I like that. And you could definitely see the movie star appeal of Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith at that
Mhm.
point. And getting into like today's movie stars, I just don't, they feel robotic. Like Chris Pratt feels robotic. It feels like he found that one, this is my joke and I'm sticking with it now. Right? Ever since he became like a action star, he's just the
Yeah.
same character in every movie.
Mm.
Yeah, you can say Will Smith kind of was, but was he?
I mean, kind of.
Kind of, but he still felt different in every movie.
Yeah.
He wasn't the Fresh Prince in every movie. Like, look at this movie in Men in Black. He's 2 different characters. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Will Smith, but he's not acting the way Chris Pratt acts in Jurassic World, The Terminal List, fucking whatever that other Amazon bullshit movie that came out that was with the future and aliens. Like, it's all the same.
Yeah. I mean, Will Smith, like Gemini Man.
Right. Sure.
It's completely different.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Well, Wild Wild West even, like, yeah, he's playing somewhat the same, but he's still a different type of character. He's carrying himself differently. And
Hitch.
Hitch even. You're right. Yeah, I like Hitch. A lot
Yeah,
of
that's a
people hate
good
that movie.
Yeah.
He's got the
Should do that one.
face all swelled up,
Yeah. Like me.
chugging the Benadryl. There you
Yeah.
go. There you go. I like it. Were we entertained?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
100%,
Yeah. I mean, even if this movie was like, I don't know, half of what it is, it's still entertaining.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, and again, I'd recommend it to my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Might as well.
I'm pretty sure there's no way your mother hasn't seen this. There's a lot of
I doubt
mothers.
it.
that-
She's the reason I haven't seen a lot of movies as a
Oh.
kid.
well,
There wasn't many movies being played in that household.
what was it? Just TV, like Roseanne?
Fucking yeah, and I Love Lucy and Andy Griffith Show.
I mean, I Love Lucy's not
Leave It
bad.
a Beaver.
Okay, so she just likes to stick to her old guns, which
Still.
I can't blame her because I do the same thing. I'm watching Home Improvement still. I'm watching all these
Oh, yeah.
old whatever movies and
Yeah.
TV shows. So I can't.
Yeah.
I don't really blame her. that
Nope.
much.
And
No.
nope.
Still getting used to this new one. Still getting used to the new one. It's in a different location over here. The scene in which Will Smith drags the unconscious alien across the desert was filmed on the salt flats near the Great Salt Lake in Utah. Smith's line, "And what the hell is that smell?" was unscripted. The Great Salt Lake is home to tiny crustaceans called brine shrimp. When they die, the bodies sink to the bottom of the lake, which isn't very deep, and they decompose. When the wind kicks up just right, The bottom mud is disturbed and the smell of millions of decaying brine shrimp can be very, very bad. Apparently, nobody warned Will. Makes that
That's
scene
fucked
even
up.
better.
That's great.
But it's funny, right? Because you're watching it as like a wide shot, and he's pulling this alien. He just turns around. He's like, "What the fuck is that smell?" And like it's really good. It's really, and if that's just him not even acting, makes it even better.
Yeah, that's great.
Really does.
Have you seen his the Planet Earth or whatever it is?
The After Earth movie?
No. On Disney Plus, the National Geographic,
No,
his Earth
no.
show. It's actually pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, he just goes to like different areas
Okay,
of like the world and like explores like new things that he's never done before.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
I'd check that out.
Yeah, check it out.
So this movie holds the record for the most miniature model work to appear in one film. Model shop supervisor Michael Joyce estimated that more miniatures were used for this film than any other two films combined.
Really?
Combined. Due to the advances in digital technology since the film's released, most experts believe this record may stand forever.
Makes sense.
Right, because why would anybody do it if you can just
Yeah.
hit render?
Put it in there.
Right, and it is crazy with the advancements that they have done with like simulations and stuff like that. It would look better than it almost would look too good, and that's what I kind of the charm of this movie or like Armageddon or all these movies of that '90s era is it feels realer than it is. You know what I mean? Like you could make the most CGI looking crazy stuff like 2012. That movie that came out had like one of the most intense simulation scenes where, I don't know, Los Angeles or whatever it is breaking apart everywhere. Like it looks crazy, but it looks so crazy that it's unbelievable. Not
That was the one with the
unbelievable.
tsunami, right?
Unbelievable. I think so. Yeah.
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 I had a
'Cause there
nightmare
was-
about that.
Yeah. Fuck that. There was the other one, San Andreas with The Rock.
Yeah.
Which is not as.
Yeah,
They're
it was
both
all right.
They're both just all right movies.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when things get so good looking that there's just too much going on, it just looks fake. We're watching a movie, right? So one building just blowing up gets the point across.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they're showing a whole bunch of it, sure. But the scene in which you're kind of like underneath and all the cars are flying and you're seeing everything blow up and coming towards the screen, that to me is more epic and just better looking than anything in 2012.
Yeah, that's not bad. I feel like they need to do things like that to just trap you into the movie, though. You know
Well,
what
no,
I mean?
I get it, but what I'm saying is there's so much happening that it's too much because, yeah, you can do it, and yeah, this is what
Yeah.
it would look like in real life, but we're not watching real life. We're watching a movie, so I don't need to...
Yeah, but when
be
you're
so
watching a movie, you want it to
sucked in.
feel kind of real, the way it traps you in.
Well, no, I get that. I'm just saying that less is more,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I can watch on replay how many times I want of all these little things that are going on, but get the point across is you're trying to do something as fast and as quick as possible without taking up as much screen time as you can. Less is more.
Very true.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Production designer Patrick Tatopoulos presented Roland Emmerich. What?
What was his name?
Tatopoulos.
Tatopoulos.
Yes. If I didn't know his name from watching certain TV shows, I would not be able to pronounce that because it's Tatopoulos.
The fuck?
Tatopoulos.
Sorry, dude.
Anyways, he presented Roland Emmerich with two concepts for the aliens. Emmerich liked both designs so much, he came up with the idea to use one design as the actual alien and the other to be a biomechanical suit the aliens could wear. Both of Tatopoulos' concepts are what we appear in the film.
Oh.
So
we did good on two things. He's like, oh, fuck it, we're using them both.
right. So how cool is that you, as a designer, you come up with two ideas or maybe even three or how many, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, the director and the writers go, shit, let's change what we're doing here and incorporate both of these. And we just came up with an even better idea. And does it change the movie at all? No, but it adds another layer on top of something that you wouldn't even think about, which is the fact that they have extra suits that they're wearing because why the fuck wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they're traveling through space just like we would. They might need something to wear. Like any other alien TV show or, movie or book or comic that's come out, it's just aliens. You know what I mean? They come out of the ship. They're, hey, what's up? I thought this was very original and just fucking cool as shit.
Why do aliens have to be slimy?
I know, right?
Why can't they just
Because it's disgusting.
be fucking dry?
It's disgusting.
Dry as a bone.
I'm with you. Because, yeah, even the last Alien movie we did, Dreamcatcher, slimy, coming out of
Fucking
butts.
wet.
Very wet.
Very wet.
Yeah.
Oof.
Woof.
Oof.
Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich penned the script for only 4 weeks. It was set out on a Thursday, and they started fielding offers the next day. By Monday, they were in pre-production.
Damn.
Yeah. So you know you got a fucking hit when the minute you finish the script and you send it out, the
Where you
fucking
want it.
Monday after you're already working on it. It's wild.
You know how exciting that would be?
I know, right?
Dude.
Like I
And
said,
then they made some fucking
Men in
bank,
Black.
too.
4. 20, wait, Men in 21 Street. Men in Black on 21 Street. No.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
What?
It's,
21 Jump Black Street. Oh, that's bad. I don't even know how you would.
21 in Black?
No. Ooh, that's worse.
Yeah.
That honestly sounds like a poker
Yep.
movie or something.
Yeah.
21.
Yep.
No. It's got to be something clever, right? Like 21 Jump Street.
That's
in
a hard
Men
movie.
in- yeah, I don't. 21 Men in Jump Street. Oh, that's
I don't
bad.
know.
No. I've seen
No,
that
we
on
should
the
stop
internet
while
somewhere.
we're behind.
We should, yes. Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich had always envisioned an African American for the role of Stephen Hiller and specifically wanted Will Smith after seeing his performance in 6 Degrees of Separation, which came out in 1993. Up until then, Smith was mostly known for doing comedy, and including The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Emmerich later mentioned that the decision met with some initial resistance and even racism from some studio executives, but he stood his ground. The role launched Smith's movie career and practically made him a bankable superstar overnight
Racism for what?
for being black.
Well, obviously that's what racism is, but
Okay, you got to think early 90s, you want to put somebody in a lead role of a movie that's not a bankable star yet, and he happens to be African American. I could see how some people in higher up positions wouldn't like that because they're definitely old heads at this point still being
Yeah.
there, right? Not saying I agree with it, but I get it. Specifically around 94, 5,
Yeah.
when this was probably, starting. So
okay. Makes sense now. Doesn't make sense, but it makes sense.
in 2022, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Looking back on it like we can today, obviously it was the correct decision.
Mhm.
But you grab, I don't know, Wesley Snipes and put him in this movie? Does it do as good?
No. I don't think so.
So you need that charisma that he had with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
The abbreviation ID4 was invented due to legal problems with the title Independence Day. Before 20th Century Fox reached a deal with Warner Brothers for the rights to the title, they suggested the film be called Invasion or Sky on Fire, amongst many other titles.
Sky on Fire is not bad.
It's not, but do you think this movie would be as big as it was if it was not called Independence Day?
No.
I don't agree either.
Especially
Or I
coming-
agree with you.
Yeah,
sorry.
especially coming out July 3rd.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If this movie came out, and again, they were even thinking about pushing this like earlier or further back, so it wasn't coming out on Independence Day, because that is a big time for movies.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want it to compete with those movies, but you can't name a movie Independence Day and have a giant fucking speech about Independence Day, which we didn't even say is our favorite part, which is fine,
Mm-hmm.
and not bring it out
I didn't like
on
that part.
Independence Day. The speech.
It seemed too much.
Forced.
Yeah.
We will not go gently into that good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be in the movie.
You just lost your wife, dude. We talked about that part. He didn't seem
He was
like,
he was getting the strength and what he needed to say from his wife's death.
sure.
If that's-
Sure.
He's also the fucking president of the United States. He needs to
Yeah.
be a good public speaker and somebody that can rouse people together. Motherfucker gets in a plane and fights.
Yeah.
Who's
Good for
doing-
him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Not to
Saying, nope.
say
they're not doing
anything
it
about
now.
any. Yeah, exactly. I don't see fucking Biden and his 83-year-old ass getting in there, 82-year-old ass getting in a
No, he's just falling off bikes.
well.
That was
Let's be real. I think we're not going to get super political here, but I think anybody above 65 should not be able to run for office.
yeah, probably not.
If they're being deemed they can't work because they're too old or they're senile, so you're going to let us
Yeah.
run the country? Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're at the end here. Final decisions out of 10. Randall, what do you got?
Solid 7.
7.
Solid.
I'm right there with you. Solid
Yeah.
7. There's this movie isn't a classic movie, but people, I don't think you're gonna ever forget it And
No.
I think it's because Independence Day. If this was Sky on Fire, we ain't watching
Cool
this
ass
movie.
name.
Right. But we ain't watching that movie. We're going to... Have you ever seen Reign of Fire?
No.
Exactly. It would be like that. There's
Oh.
no aliens in it, but
Oh.
there's fucking dragons. And there's
Dragon.
Christian Bale. Christian
Christian
Bale.
Barrel.
Christian Bale's in it. Fucking...
He's in fucking everything, isn't he?
all right.
man.
All right. It's in it
Matthew
too.
McConaughey.
He's in it. Got your TiVo. Tugger Nuts. Sorry. I love that movie. Tropic Thunder.
I mean, it's been a while since I watched it. We're gonna have to
Uh-oh.
watch it again soon.
Yeah, we're going to
together
have to do
on
a
the big screen.
revisit. Yeah, well, there's another one. But anyways, yes, so 7 out of 10. Great overall movie. Not the best movie I've ever seen, but not the worst movie I've ever seen
Mhm.
either. Has its moments. Will Smith being a boss.
Smith.
Yeah. So next week,
Whose pick was it?
well, it was going to be Tara's pick,
Mm.
but she's not here.
You
And
know what?
I guess we didn't even think about it.
Nope.
We were gonna, I guess, announce that Wally is
Probably should've
taking.
asked her.
I probably should have. Let's see. I don't even know where my fucking.
I don't
phone
even
is.
have her number.
I
Let
don't
me
even
call
know
her
my
and see
phone
if she's feeling it. Keep
Call
going
her.
with your. Yeah, I'm gonna call her
You said you didn't even have her number.
on Facebook. It's fine.
Oh, well then just message her on Facebook. Facebook
You
Messenger.
don't want to hear her voice.
No,
The fuck is Terry?
I don't know. Anyways, so Wally's taking a leave of absence for the month of July to focus on school work, and because of that, we're bringing in Tara, who's been on a couple other episodes for the month. But because she's sick, she's not here.
She's sick.
She's sick.
Yeah.
Coming down with a little flu, I guess, in the summer months, which makes no goddamn sense.
I don't understand how you get like a cold.
She's tested negative for COVID twice, she said, so
Oh, she's responding. That
yeah,
was quick.
she's in it. Oh, you know what?
Pick a movie.
She did tell me what fucking movie she wanted to do.
Oh,
I know what movie it is.
you know.
I know I'm an idiot.
Never mind. Steve's dumb.
Her pick has been in. Because I already made the fucking artwork and everything for it.
How you gonna forget that? It takes you what, like 15, 20 minutes to do that?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's probably why I forgot about it. No, there's been a lot going on lately. I got a lot of sun this weekend.
Sure. No, you didn't. You had one show outside, and you were getting a little twisty. Oh, you walked.
No,
around.
it was from playing golf is where I got fucking
Oh.
raped by the sun.
fucking all twisted up.
Oh, yeah.
Some twisted tees.
Yeah, got it. Anyways, next week, Tara's going to do Miss Congeniality.
Okay,
Yeah.
good pick.
She came in. She's like, I don't want to do a girly movie, but I'm going to. I was like, yeah, it's not that
Fuck
girly.
it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I like it. I like Sandy. Sandra Bullock.
I don't like her.
Why not?
She fucked it up for me in Gravity.
Oh.
I hated Gravity because of her.
What about any other movie she's been in? What about with your boy Ryan? And,
Nah, that was a good movie.
all right. So
Yeah.
then just don't think about Gravity.
I can't not think about Gravity.
What was so bad about it?
Her acting, just her character. She was a
Maybe,
little-
but that could be direction from the director of how to act. That's why they're there.
fuck them all.
All right. Touche.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, next week then, let's look forward to Miss Congeniality, and hopefully Tara will get over her flu and be here. If not, we'll just have to do it over the fucking phone or some shit because we can do that. We have the
Yeah,
technology.
We do.
I guess we could have
Zoom?
done that today. Why didn't I do that? Why
I don't
did
know.
that? I'm an idiot, I guess.
Oh well.
Mm. Anyways, whatever. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
2 people. Good stuff.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Still made it an hour and a half.
Look at that.
Look at us go.
Look at that.
Yeah. Fuck them all.
Fuck them. Fuck everybody. I don't give a shit. Anyways, no, we got some good stuff coming up on the Decision Reel. We got some good movies, some good picks coming. We got some good guests coming possibly in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. And with that, thanks for listening and have a wonderful evening, morning, whenever you listen to this.
Bye.
Bye.